and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this little box, if I get it around the right way, which is the Elizabeth Craft Designs pizza box. But the main focus that I'm going to look at is the bit we've decorated with, and that is the tea bag folding dies from Jamie Rogers. This is the Octagon that we're going to be using, and I will show you how to create this little medallion to decorate our box. Okay, so my die set's in a little bit of a pickle. I've already gone ahead and I've cut out my pizza box, excuse me, using the large die. So I've got that here ready to stick together, and then I've used the 2 squares and the outer circle to create my mats and layers. But I've already cut that because, like I said, I want to mostly focus on the tea bag folding. So we're just going to stick this box together, just in case you've not seen the pizza box die before. It's great, it cuts it all out in one go, and I can see I've missed one bit that I need to fold and burnish there. So yeah, so literally it cuts, it scores, and all you have to do, like she said, 2 more bits that I haven't folded. All you have to do is remember to fold and burnish all of the score lines, and then your box will start to come together. So we need some glue, and I just got myself a few pegs. But like I say, this is not the main focus, and there are some other videos on the tube where I have gone into a little bit more detail about this die, this lovely die set from Elizabeth Crafts. I'm just going to grab a couple of little pegs just to hold that together. So this bit folds here. In a minute this will fold down. So then I'm going to stick this bit up here. And a couple more pegs right here. And there. And then trying to think what else I've got to do. This hopefully should be pretty much dry by now. This comes over the top here. So we'll stick a load of glue along in that. Just putting the glue in there, and that then sticks down there. I'm going to turn it up that way, and just, sorry, I know you can't see that, I'm just giving it a good press down. Ah yes, I knew there was one other bit that needed sticking, and it's this little bit that sticks on to here. And you kind of, it's a little bit awkward to get anything in to hold that, so I'm just going to do it this way and press it down onto there. And then I'm just going to put this to one side to dry properly while we look at the tea bag folding. So that's what we're going to decorate. So now we need to concentrate on what we're going to decorate it with. So tea bag folding is basically, it's normally squares. That's how it originated. It was the wrappers of tea bags, the decorative wrappers of tea bags that people would fold to create patterns. There are other shapes, and Jamie Rogers has got several shapes in the collection, and it comes with this these instructions inside. This one shows the petal die that is in the collection, but these folds in here will work with all of the shapes. You've got a basic fold, and then folds 2, 3 and 4 are slight adaptations of those. However, there are loads and loads and loads of websites. I say loads and loads. There's lots of websites and books that have all sorts of tea bag folds that are a little different from those, and that's one of the ones we've used here. I have used the instructions from Handcrafted Greetings. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I haven't got it in front of me. Yeah, so this one is called Octagon fold, and it is specifically designed for an octagon shape, and it will it goes together to create this kind of shape that we have here. Now this is the larger die, and I've used just the smaller die. You get 2 dies in the pack. You get this larger die, which is just under 4 inches, and this one, which is just about 2.5 inches. So if you're using your 12 by 12 papers, you can get 9 out of one of those, and what for 8? About 16 out of those. Now, a lot of tea bag folds, you end up needing 8 to create a complete medallion, but on this one you need 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut 4 more. I've got the other 6 already done, and I'm going to go through the fold with 4 of these, and I'll also unfold one of these so that you can see it on a bigger scale, because this is quite a small, not quite small, it is, when you start getting into sort of fiddly folds, it's quite small area to be working in, to be showing somebody. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just seeing my pizza box isn't sticking like I would like, so I'm going to go back and give that a little bit of a squeeze. Okay, now you can, like I said, I've got 4 layers here. When you're doing tea bag folding, you do not want to be using cardstock. Oh, I might just run that through again. It's not gone through all 4 of my layers there. And I'm using a combination of a heavier weight paper, which is the creamy one, and a lighter weight paper, which is the green one. The lighter weight that you've got, the better, because it makes it an awful lot easier to fold, particularly when you get, you crease something and then you're folding it back, and it's just a lot easier if you've got thinner paper. There we go. My other suggestion would be to run the dies through with copier paper, so that you can practice the folds before you get on to doing them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unfold this one so you can see on a larger scale how we get to this stage. So the first thing we're going to do, I didn't mention that it also scores. It scores from sort of point to point, and that's useful, but it's not always the way you want to fold. So they are there. They're not going to hamper any other folds. They can help if you are folding in that particular direction, which in this case we are. So we're literally going to use one of those score lines to fold in half. I'll do it on the big one there. Okay, literally folding in half, and I'll do that with all 4 of my little octagons here. Okay, and like I said, this one is designed specifically for an octagon. There's another, there will be a few other videos on our channel. There will be an octagon easel card, and that one, the fold I've used on that one is also one that is designed for specifically for an octagon shape. So that's the first part of our fold. Okay, the second part is to fold those 2 bits up like so. And again, we can use the fold line, the crease lines. However, I would suggest at this point that you start to use a bone folder. Now, this is my heavier weight paper, and you can already see that it's slightly stiffer to try and get to come across. Okay, but burnish those folds, keep them nice and crisp, and it will help if you have to make further folds. Now, this is a lighter weight paper, and it makes it so much easier. I just made life tricky for myself because particular papers I wanted were sort of on the heavier weight side. Okay, so there we go. We've got, so far we've got 3. Let's do this with our 4th. Goes up and up. Okay, so the next part is this side here needs to be folded down in line with this side. So you see this side is going to fold over to that, and the same with the other side. Yeah. So we need to do that on all of these. And like I say, it starts to become trickier with the smaller die if you've used a thicker paper, which is what I have done on this cream one. So I am aiming to get that over. So now I want to try and get a good crease there. And the same on this side. Fold it down like so. So this edge to this edge. And give it a good burnish. This edge to this edge. The more precise you can be, the better. However, they are quite forgiving if you're not 100% accurate, which, to be fair, I never am. Okay, so that's that down. So this edge to this edge. Like so. And the last one here, same again. Goes over. That. And then same here, excuse me. Comes that. Right. Okay. Now, there's just one last stage. So we're here. It's a case of opening this part out and flattening it down like that so that the crease line here lines up with the crease line here. Now, on the little ones, I tend to use, I've got the end of this scoring tool to just get in there and then up and flatten it down like so. Okay. So in there, flatten it down. In there, and flatten it down. In there, and flatten it down. So that's it. That is our octagon fold. Now I have used this when I did the octagon easel card. I also opened this side out, did exactly the same here, and created stopper for my easel with that. So you don't have to just stop at what they say. You can fiddle around and create your own. So now I have my 10 pieces, and they fit together through here. Okay, so we are putting these bits here. They all lock in together. Most times when you do the medallion like this, there is some form of where it tucks in. Okay, so I'm going to use glue to get that in, and literally we're just going to alternate. So I've got one green, green. Now I am gluing at the back, but I'm not gluing this bit, so it's giving it a little bit of added dimension. So the glue in there, and oh, I need a cream one, and that then slots in like that. So glue on the base there, and then that one slots in. I'm going to give it a squeeze. So glue on the base there, that one slots in. Like I say, this one I think is quite unusual because it needs 10 pieces, whereas Probably all the others I've ever done, I've only ever needed 8. Oops. Okay, that's not a problem. Just my glue's come unglued on that one, so let's put a little bit more glue on that. Okay, and we've got 2 more. It's always the last. Well, the last one is always a little bit trickier because not only are you trying to fix it to that one, you're also trying to fix it to the next one. So you're going to need a bit of glue in there, but you're also going to need a little bit of glue in there. Better to put the glue on before you try sticking it in, because otherwise it becomes a little bit tricky. And there we have our octagon fold. Okay, now might need a little bit of jiggling around. There we have it. Now I'm not worried that it's bubbling up like that, because when I stick it down onto my pizza box, it will be flattened down. So always get these pizza boxes the wrong way up. Goes that way, like so. We'll grab our little layers. Remember, these were from the pizza box. Whoop! Too much glue there. Pizza box die set. I think it's great that it comes with a whole set of mats and layers that fit, so you don't even need to think about trying to find other dies. That way. Okay, so now I'm going to get, it looks lovely that side, doesn't it? We're going to grab some glue, 3D glue gel. I've got to finish this tiny bit in this syringe first. I'm just going round like that. And then next one. I find it easier to use 3D glue gel because, as you say, you can see things are not straight, and it's a lot easier to do it like this. And then I'm just going to fix this down onto here. Also allows me to fiddle around with how I want it placed, and then a little pearl to go in the middle. A little glue gel in there, and a little pearl to cover the middle. With the best will in the world, you always end up with a tiny little hole, because without being like machine precision on folding, you're never going to get them exactly to fit in the middle. So don't worry about having those little holes, but you can quite easily fill them with something like a button or a gem, or a little pearl flower like this. So there you have your pizza box decorated with the octagon tea bag folding die, and using a fold that is actually called Octagon Fold. Have a look at our channel. There's a few more tea bag folding ones on there, and hopefully you'll find yourself some inspiration. Thank you for joining me.